Hey K-popers, and welcome back to Hallyu, where it's time for another update from the world of K-pop. This week we got updates on serious allegations against former EXO member Kris Wu as it takes over Chinese media, more updates on the COVID situation in K-pop, and great new music from Kim Sejong, Jaejoon, and more. Before we get started, I want to quickly thank Hallyu's honorary producers. If you want to show off your bias group here, share your pics in weekly videos, and join a vibrant Discord community with watch parties, custom emoji, and more, all you need to do is support Hallyu on Patreon. Alright, now let's jump right in because this is your K-pop news update for July 26th, 2021. So let's get started with the big story that's come out surrounding former EXO member Kris Wu. First things first, there are some serious allegations in here involving sexual crimes, so a trigger warning for you guys. And of course, in this video, I'm going to be focusing solely on the facts that we know so far. Now, to be clear, there have been a series of allegations, but they've ramped up in the past month or so as a university student by the name of Du Meizu has gone public with several allegations of Kris luring girls to his place under the guise of casting for MV filming. Kris took to Weibo to deny the allegations, saying, "I have only seen Miss Du once at a gathering with friends on December 5th, 2020. I didn't force her to drink, didn't take away her phone, and none of the details she described ever happened. There were a lot of people at the gathering that will confirm this." Amidst all of this negative attention though, brands have been dropping Kris, and it appears at this point that every single brand he previously had a deal with has ended their contract with him. It also appears that he's been banned by China's National TV and Radio Committee, though to be clear, there's a lot of things at play when it comes to politics in China around celebrities, so this isn't necessarily as strong of a statement as it might be on the surface. We just don't know. Most importantly though, Beijing police have released their initial findings from the investigation, which concern three different aspects of the case. First, they confirmed that Kris's manager invited an 18-year-old to a party with more than 10 people at Kris's house. She was invited under the guise of her auditioning for the female lead in an upcoming music video and ended up staying overnight and engaging in sexual relations. Kris then transferred approximately $4,500 for online shopping to her. Second, the police confirmed that the victim did indeed discuss going public with one of their friends with these allegations for the purpose of gaining online fame. Meizu made 3 posts on Weibo and worked with a writer to publicize the story further to make a profit off of the story. Third, the police confirmed that a third party, upon seeing the initial story, targeted both Kris and the victim to extort them financially. This part is rather convoluted, but essentially this person pretended to be lawyers for either side to extort payments from both sides for settlements approaching $100,000. And very importantly, the police addressed the rumors that netizens have been spreading like wildfire in the final paragraph of their statement. They said, quote, "In regards to netizens reporting Kris tricked multiple young women into having sexual relations with him and other behavior that has been shared online, the police are still investigating. We will handle it in accordance with the law based on the results of the investigation." So there it is, straight from the police. So far, nothing that netizens are rumoring has been confirmed, so let's not jump to any conclusions until we get more facts. Now, let's talk about the latest updates we've got when it comes to the COVID situation in K-pop as well. As the last 2 weeks have shown, it's been rather precarious, but thankfully this week has been better overall. But let's start with the unfortunate part, which is that EXID's Hani has become the latest idol to test positive for the coronavirus. Hani has been working on an upcoming JTBC drama called Idol and was exposed when a staffer tested positive. Her self-test revealed a positive result, which was then confirmed by a second test. Labum, Solban, and Uju Sonyo's Exi, who are also part of the cast for the drama, have undergone testing along with the other staff who might have been exposed. Thankfully though, they have tested negative. Now the good news is that some idols and groups have recovered and are going to be returning to their promotions this week. First up is ATEEZ's San, who has fully recovered, meaning ATEEZ is free to resume their activities. And as an added bonus for fans, Mingi is also returning to the schedules after his health-related hiatus. And as of the 20th, Luna have also received negative tests once again, clearing them for their return as they promote their new album And. Hopefully this is a sign of good things to come, and maybe next week we won't have any new positive cases among idols. And with that, let's jump into the new comebacks from the week. It was a slower week as the Olympics took center stage, but we still got some great new music. First up, we have the immensely talented Kim Sejong, who's back with Baby I Love You.
Baby, I love you, I love you, I love you.
DPR Live had some big name help in the form of Benzino and Hwasa for this rap track called Hula Hoops.
She's so shining, shining, oh, too shining, shining, so shining, shining.
And speaking of big name features, Cold got some help from none other than Baekhyun in this heartfelt track When Dawn Comes Again. DJ Elia's comeback Weekend brings a simple and lighthearted entry into the summer comeback season. Uji Won, who was previously one half the duo Hail, made her debut as a soloist this week. Here's her debut song, Heroin. Suran is adorning a cowboy hat and blanket, her latest collab with fellow rapper Wonstein. Soloists Dinjin and Min Hyung-hoon released I Should Not Have Loved You this week, an emotional breakup song. And last but certainly not least, we have Kim Jae-jung under the stage name Jae-jun, who gave us this reminiscent MV for the song We're. As always, I want to know what songs from the past week caught your eye down in the comments. My pick this week is especially biased as I'm picking DJ Elia's Weekend. I have a huge soft spot for the girl group SIS, of which DJ Elia is a part, and I'm always looking for more summer songs to listen to. And now back to some more news, where we're starting with some great news for Carrots. Pledis revealed in a Weverse post this week that all 13 members of 17 have renewed their contracts. This is a huge deal, as 2021 has already shown us that groups renewing is not always a guarantee, especially for a group with so many members. It definitely speaks to the bond that these boys have formed together over the years. BTS have received quite a distinction. On Wednesday, they were named as the Special Presidential Envoy for Public Diplomacy. This means the group will be attending several international meetings going forward, including the 75th UN General Assembly. And speaking of BTS, they had yet another #1 debut with Permission to Dance. This is BTS' 5th #1 song on the chart, and it replaces Butter at #1, which makes them the first artist since Drake in 2018 to replace themselves at #1 on that Hot 100 chart. Mamu Hwasa has opened her own YouTube channel. For now, there are just 2 videos, a draft version of Dinga and a fun intro video, but I imagine we'll be getting lots of great covers, mukbangs, and more content in the future. Former West Up member GA shared a picture of her and her girlfriend this week, and it gained a surprising amount of traction on Korean news and SNS. This prompted GA to respond with a statement where she said in part, "It's an utterly personal issue, so I wonder why dating someone, either man or woman, is such big news. I do understand where this is coming from, but at the same time, it's still surprising. Thank you for giving me more attention than when I debuted. I want to stay like this making music in the future, and I've wanted to sing in an unbiased world, so if you'd like, I'd love to make music under an unbiased label." Good for you for sharing your thoughts, GA. I couldn't have said it better myself. Robbie's new label has landed a big name talent, and that's because Ailey has joined The Live. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of comebacks Ailey's going to be having going forward under this new label. In a sad bit of news this week, Monsta X's Shonu has officially enlisted in the military. He was accompanied by his groupmates to the training center where they took some great send-off pictures like this one. BTS's Dynamite has broken a record on Spotify. It's the first song by a Korean act to reach 1 billion streams on the platform. The boys will be back with their 6th mini-album soon. We can expect a new album from them on August 9th. And speaking of August comebacks, Girls' Generation's Hyoyeon will also be releasing a new single next month. In our last piece of news this week, Apink's Eunji has been speaking out against Sasaeng fans who've been invading her privacy recently. Fans have been stalking Eunji and taking private pictures of her dog. Eunji said in a post, "These days there are people who come to the front of my house. I really don't like it, and it's also bad for the people who live around me. I don't think I can respect those who only put their own heart and feelings before others. Let's love in a healthy way." As Eunji said, this is totally unacceptable behavior, and I really hope that labels start clamping down on this before it goes too far. Alright, now let's briefly talk about what we have left of music shows from the week. As I mentioned in the intro, with the Tokyo Olympics going on, music shows are almost fully on hiatus, so we had only 2 broadcasts this week. And though it was only 2 shows, BTS did sweep the week. On both Show Champion and Music Bank, the boys won once again for their brand new song Permission to Dance. Alright K-popers, you're now officially caught up on everything going on in the K-pop world. Let me know how you feel about all the week's news and new music down in the comments. And as always, if you want to stay caught up in the K-pop world as it happens while having a ton of fun every single week, make sure you're subscribed right here to Hallyu.